and this is how the interview is going to look like, right? For the first 10-15 minutes, we'll talk about your current project, whatever the experience, right? And then we'll move into the DSA round. So basically, this would be a coding round,
Okay.
right? Now, let's take one project, right? I want the what the project is, what you have done. So I'm majorly interested about what you have done, what was your responsibilities, and yeah, then let's take it from there, right?
So any of my project.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that should be fine.
This was the file encryptor and decryptor. I will start with. So
Mm-hmm,
it
mm-hmm,
is a encryption decryption project. So as a user, uh, what it does it encrypt the data from the file that is given to it. So as a
okay.
user, you enter the directory path of the
Mm-hmm,
directory path that you want to encrypt the files in.
okay.
So it takes the file one by one. It puts in the queue. So from that queue, it again take the files, encrypt this file data, and stores it. So then, if you want to view the data again, it will decrypt it. So you have to provide the function whether you want to encrypt the data of the file or you want to decrypt the data from the file. So this
Okay.
is the pretty much overview about this project.
Okay. Now, so this is this a production level thing or it's just a
No, no,
small?
it was my self project.
Oh, okay. Okay, then let me be clear. Do you have any? I mean, okay, can you talk about a technical project from your internships that you have done? That would be better.
Uh, yes. So it was from the AlgoLab LLC. I built an application. So
Mm-hmm.
it was basically a compare. It compares rate of return from mutual fund and that from
Mm-hmm.
this bank. So what it does it as a user when you go to the website,
Mm-hmm.
it asks you about few parameters.
Mm-hmm.
Parameters like your state name, state
Mm-hmm.
tax, federal tax, and the bank APY yield. So, and few parameters. I was provided with a Google Sheet. That
Okay.
Google Sheet has scrape data from a Vanguard fund tool analyzer. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it has few scripts in it. So, based on this, like as a user on a website, I'm entering this parameters. So you
Okay.
can also enter these parameters in a sheet and get the data based on the calculation the sheet perform. It has some scripts written in it. So
Okay.
the calculation basically uses some data from the user, as I mentioned the four parameters earlier, and other things are from the script sheet. So then it
Okay.
calculates this API builds for four funds, and then it give output in the form of percentage. Okay, this is the rate of return from this. So I've basically converted this sheet to a application. So as a user, you have entered this parameters, and you click on this. Okay, get me the best fund. So in the
Okay.
backend, it process this. It do this calculation based on the user input and some data from the backend, and then it display the rate of returns. So it will display the rate of return. Okay, for this, let's suppose the fund name is VMXSS. So it will
Mm-hmm.
display, okay, this is the rate of return, and you
Okay.
will get a similar bank of rate of return from bank this much in percentage. So this is
Okay.
pretty much about the application.
Okay, got it. Let's talk about the exact part that you have worked on, right? So this is a so. I mean, have you worked on this end to end? Whatever you're
Yes,
explaining,
I've
or
worked on it end to end.
okay, let's talk about the tech stack as well, right? I mean, is this an API based or is this a cron? Because you said there is a Excel sheet you will be reading it, which is a source, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
can
yes.
you explain that?
So
Can you
yes,
take it deeper?
for front end, I've used this Next.js framework.
Mm-hmm.
Then for back end, as I mentioned, I'm fetching data. So the data, some part of it is coming from the user, and
Okay.
some part it's we need the sheet data. And so the
Mm-hmm.
sheet actually has a data that is scraped from a mutual fund. So instead of scraping it again, I tried using the sheet API. So
Mm-hmm.
through sheet API, I've the parameters that are required for the calculation and that are not the user based parameters. So that
Okay.
are the I can say default parameters that are required for the calculation, that
Mm-hmm.
are fetched once from the sheet, and it's stored in form of cache.
Okay.
So then, when the user entered, the calculation is performed within no time, because if I can like simultaneously update it from the user, like as a user you update it on the
Mm-hmm.
screen, and then if at that time it will fetch it from the sheet. So this is taking time. So that's why I've fetched it earlier, the parameters, and this created the like the user is getting the output much faster. For this, I've used Google
Okay.
API for fetching
Mm-hmm.
data.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
storing, I've used like I've stored it in the form of the project is on GitHub, so it's a cache.js in GitHub. I've stored the
Mm-hmm.
parameters there, and I've also implemented a functionality where the user can get notification if the fund changes by a certain amount. So let's say
Okay.
that you have entered a threshold. Okay, give me a notification on mail if the fund changes by, let's say, suppose 0.5%. So
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
that, I was like the cache on GitHub is updating on daily basis. uh,
Okay.
Data is fetched, so I'm storing the past data in Supabase. So
Okay.
then for the notification, I'm using the past data from the Supabase, doing the basic calculation of the relative change in the fund, and if the user entered threshold is more than the change, so then it will send a notification to this user on mail. For notification, I've
Got it.
used resend, so it provides this
Yep.
Gmail
Yeah.
notification. And
That
for
I got it.
authentication, I've used this Clerk API for
Okay.
authentication.
Okay. So let's do one thing right now. You said you were caching the sheet data instead of calling the Google sheet every time to fetch
Yes.
it. Now, how are you invalidating that? What is the invalidating strategy that you have used? Because at
And
some time, cache should be invalidated, right?
uh,
Because the sheet might be older.
yes. So the sheet is also updated. As I mentioned, the sheet has this scripts written, so it scrape data.
Hmm.
I don't know
Correct.
if it's a daily, but like within a frequent interval, it scrape data.
Correct.
And so I have also set this YML file. I've put it in GitHub. I've used GitHub Action for this
Hmm.
daily fetch of this data. This the as I mentioned, the parameters that are required and that are not user based. So
Hmm.
like not required from users. That
Hmm.
parameters are fetched at a frequent interval of time, and from that the calculations happen further. And if there is a fail in some fetch, so the older data it won't get scrapped until the new one is fetched. So
Sorry, one clarification. So, is the scrapping logic also handled by you, or it is some other?
no, I was provided with a sheet that already has
Correct.
this scrapping
Correct.
logic. Yes.
Correct. Now, what I'm saying is, so whatever way with the logic, basically, it's your upstream which you are dependent on. Correct. Now, as you said, it's a scraping data. It's not a static data. It that the data can change in the sheet. Correct.
Yes.
Now, at what frequency were you updating your cache, and when were you? What was your strategy of updating it? So
Uh,
that was my question.
yes. So I was updating it on a daily basis. So like the parameters that are not required by the user, that are fetched once in a day, and that
Mm-hmm.
are stored in this cache. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and the like past data that was stored in the Supabase. So the
Mm-hmm.
cache has this new data.
Okay.
So it the cache has the updated data, so the calculations, the further calculation, or the I can say the next calculations are performed in this updated data, and the past data is stored in the Supabase. So
Okay.
the frequency is that
Okay.
it is fetched daily from the sheet, and it took some time. I have put some checks. Okay, required parameters are also fetched. Make sure so that the cache is not. So it won't get empty and we don't have anything to rely on.
Okay, so let's take a hypothetical situation, right? Where, I mean, which is a realistic scenario as well. Now, the data that you're relying on, right? The Google Sheet, or it may be anything, whatever thing that you're reading from, right? It changes frequently. Now, how would you amend your solution, because daily update won't work because it changes immediately, and I want those changes to be reflected.
Uh, okay. So I was told, while building that the
Mhm.
changes on mutual funds are not that drastic, so you can
No,
fetch it.
forget about the current domain that you're working on.
Hmm.
I'm talking about a new scenario. If that would be the case, forget about the mutual funds or the domain
Uh,
aspects.
okay.
I'm
So.
talking about that the sheet changes frequently, and your API does some XY logic,
Hmm.
right? That depends on the latest data that you have. Now, as you said, you cannot directly always read from API because it has a latency. So you introduced cache. Now,
Yes.
how frequently do you invalidate that cache, and what would be your strategy for that?
Uh,
And obviously, I cannot use daily or daily once refreshing strategy, right?
so. Uh, uh,
And you can take a 2 minutes and think of it. It's a, yeah.
uh, okay. So it's need of frequent refreshes. So. Hmm.
Or more good question would be like, it's a SQL. Let's say it's a database, and there are frequent updates. Now, your API is reading from the database as well, right? And you cannot overload the database with the connections. So you
Hmm.
will maintain a cache in between. So how would you maintain the cache in such that you won't get a stale data, and also make sure that cache always has the latest one? Which is similar to which is basically the same question that I've asked earlier,
Hmm.
but a different scenario.
So. Okay, so okay, if the data is changing frequently, and I don't have to like add loads on the uh, fetching part, okay, because
Correct.
it's taking a lot of time.
Correct.
So I think I think okay, one is this: I can increase the frequency of this fetching, but still it will contain
Mhm.
some overload because
Correct.
fetching will take time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
then uh, one solution is coming, this frequency increase, but yes, I have mentioned it. Okay. Uh, I don't know if this scratching, but it also took lot of time, and it will give me some like the lot of data that isn't required. So the time is still not. Hmm.
Okay, so let's okay, that's fine. That is fine. If that solution is not being worked out, so yeah.
Uh,
Now let's talk about your encryption decryption project that you're talking about, right?
yes.
Now, can you talk more about? Let's take 5 more minutes and talk about the actual encryption strategies that you're using, right? What kind of encryption that you're using, right?
So as I mentioned, you as a user put the directory path of the files that
Correct.
need to be encrypted. Then
Correct.
files data is processed. Let's say you have a string of data. So
Correct.
character-wise data is taken from the string.
Mm-hmm.
I have a key, let's say a big prime number or a big number that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Then the encryption for encryption, the key I have, then the character I fetch, let's say suppose A, C, or anything from this ASCII value. So the ASCII
Mm-hmm.
value will be from 0 to 255.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just modding the key with this value. Let's suppose the key is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I will mod it
Okay.
256. Then the character ASCII value. So let's say for A it is 96. So I am
Mm-hmm.
storing it with the value that I got it from the key divided by this
Okay. Okay.
255. So like after zoring, I will get this. A character that so this got encrypted, and
Mm-hmm.
for decrypting I again XOR with the same value that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 256, so I will get A back again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So with this division I'm making sure that Okay, sorry, I'm not
So
dividing it. I will mod it by 255. So the value
Mhm.
remains in the bracket of 0 to 255. And then after XORing it with A, I will get a value that will also be in the bracket of 255. So again, by the XOR as this property, the same elements get cancelled,
Mhm.
and I will decrypt it again back to A.
So what kind of a encryption or logic is this? I mean, there are
Uh,
multiple
It is
encryptions, right?
not base. The project was not just for encryption. It was a applied OS project. So I've
Hmm.
applied some. So the major focus was on the application of operating system that I've learned, and
Hmm.
not more on this encryption thing. So
Okay.
for project, I've started with like the uh, it's a queue, and the single process is being fetched, and it
Okay.
is sent for encryption. Then I added multi-processing to it. So instead of the serial this
Hmm.
encryption, it is the processes are fetched parallelly, and the encryption is happening parallelly. Then the multi-processing is working, but as it has some shared memory and this overhead
Hmm.
compute, so then I switched to multi-thread process. So
Okay.
I break down the processes in threads, and then the similar parallelism I achieved with multi-threading. Multi-threading, the this advantage I found is I don't have to use shared memory, as threads shared the same memory. But the problem is with this multi-threading process is that there are like a lot of threads were getting created for like while handling this process. For let's say for each process, if I create 10 threads, so the thread count was increasing. So even if I'm attaining the parallelism, but the time was like the time
Hmm.
required for encryption, it's not that optimal. So then I
Correct.
searched for it and found a technique that is thread pool. So we can fix the number of threads based
Mhm.
on if the process is in the queue. We can send a signal to the thread to wake up, process like perform this process, and then go back to sleep. So with this, as there are this constant or fixed number of threads, so through this, the actual multi-threading that I have achieved in this.
I got it. One part I'm confused though. So you said so there was shared memory usage, which you wanted to remove. So that's why you use threads as well,
Uh,
right? Now, but as we are encrypting on the same data and multiple threads are working on the same piece of data, now how are you collating all the data from all the threads now?
how am I?
Collating the data from all the threads, or each individual threads do something and do some output, right?
Yes.
And I'm gathering some those outputs somewhere. How are you doing that?
Like for this thread, like I'm not clear with this question. Can you just explain it to?
So you were using the shared memory earlier, right?
Yes.
I mean, basically and you wanted to remove that. How is
Hmm.
it actually achieved? First thing, and the second question is now when a threads, what is the exact scope of that thread? I mean, what does it do? It writes something out, right? Correct. And
Hmm.
each output of each individual thread, you are collating and reading it somewhere else, or what is it? I mean, that part is not clear.
Collating.
What collating is, how do I collect the data that is written by individual thread and I am processing something else on top of it? Correct.
Like as a mm,
So let me tell one thing. So you have a key. Now you
hmm,
are encrypting it. Right. Now you have parallelized it using multiple threads.
yes.
Right. Now the data is still the same. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But now how so if I want to split this process and make it parallel, by parallel, you mean one thread will handle the whole file, or one thread will split the file's data into I mean, one file will be split, and that small
Uh,
component will be handled by each thread.
So the thread is handling the encryption part. It's not like a
Mhm.
one file is separately allotted to a single thread. Okay, you just
Correct.
perform this. Okay, now I got it. So the thread is handling this encryption part. Okay, go and just quickly encrypt the character or the yes, the character, and just return back. So this is how the file is the file data is broken into
Correct.
this. chunks and
data
hand it
strings.
over to the thread. And yes, so the fixed number of thread. Okay, while one thread is performing, so you just hand over this character to that thread so that the other threads cannot interfere. So I'm trying to get the concurrency through this. This Cephomore and Lox have applied on this.
Okay, now when you introduce concurrency, right, there is one issue with how do you maintain the sequence of the characters that passed. So let's say a file that I have taken, I've broken down into chunks, right? Chunk one is going to thread one, chunk two is going to thread two, and so on, right? Now thread two took more time, right? My
Hmm.
chunk one is ready encrypted, chunk three is ready encrypted, but now chunk two has given me the encrypted output later. Now that sequence, how are you handling it?
Uh, I like the file data is mostly text, so I haven't encountered it yet. But uh,
Because threads run in parallel, right?
yes, yes, yes.
And you are not controlling the sequence of it. Now, once you gather the output back from the threads, how are you again aligning those information? That's basically that's what my earlier question was as well.
Mm, Actually, I'm processing it character wise, and
Yeah, I mean, so even the character wise as well, right? The first character is encrypted, the second character is encrypted by two different threads. But the second one took time, and before that, the third character went in for encryption and it gave it back.
like the character, until it encrypted it, so it will put a lock on this character, and the other threads are not entering it unless it releases a lock on a particular character.
That
So,
is true for a particular character. I'm talking about another character. Because see, let's say if I have A, B, C, D, E, and
hmm,
what I'm assuming you, let's say you have a thread pool of five, and each character goes to a different thread in that pool, right? Now A is processed, C, D, E processed, but B is still stuck because the thread is stuck due to some operating issue, or it does not have enough memory, or whatever it is, right?
hmm,
Now A has been returned, C, D, E has been returned in an encrypted form, but B returned later. Now, how are you handling that sequence? Because A, B is because when you want to decrypt it, that sequence matters, right? Otherwise, my data itself is actually changed.
getting it. Uh, okay. With like when thought of it,
Mhm.
I am
Sure.
cross.
So no worries, no worries. I mean, that is still fine. Now, I just want one answer though.
Okay.
So this encryption strategy that you are talking about, right? What kind of a strategy is this now? I mean, because it's a simple encryption, or how is it? I mean, it's a symmetric, asymmetric key, or what kind of a encryption strategy is this that you are using right now?
Uh, s- like, are there? I don't know about encryption strategies are classified as symmetric, asymmetric. I just did this as I mentioned. The focus was merely on this applied part.
Okay.
So
Got
I
it.
just tried using a simple strategy to do the encryption,
Got it.
change the character to some random
Mm-hmm.
random character, the SK value, and I can just decrypt it back to the same value. So
But you need a key for that, right?
yes,
You
I
have
have a key.
the key. So basically, that is basically a symmetric key. You
Okay,
have a
same.
single key to both encrypt and decrypt, right? So
Okay.
cool. Yeah. Let's move ahead. So you should be seeing a question on the screen, right?
Hmm.
So and which language are you comfortable with?
I'm comfortable with C++. What do you say?
Sure. So once have a look at the question, and if needed, I'll try to explain it.
Okay. Number of neighborhoods. Okay. You are given a city represented as M cross 100 initially filled with land 0. So I have M cross N grid. Okay. This initially filled, initially empty land. Land is 0. The neighborhood is formed when buildings are connected horizontally or vertically. You are given a list of positions where buildings are built one by one. Each building turns an empty cell into one. Uh, each building turns an empty cell into one. Each building may create a new neighborhood, connect two or more existing neighborhood. Have no effect if it connects with the same neighborhood.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, so for an example, 3 cross 3 grid. So 0, comma 0, 0. Uh, you are given a list of positions where buildings are built one by one. Each building turns an empty cell. So initially, I have this grid, all are 0.
Mhm.
Uh,
Correct.
you are given a list of positions where buildings are built one by one. So the list of positions that are 0, comma 0, 0, comma 1. So I have given the coordinates for building of the buildings that are being built on this land.
Mhm.
And comma 1, comma 2, 2, comma 1.
So you want me to explain? I can quickly explain it, right?
Uh,
If you are able to see the screen,
yes, I can.
whatever I'm typing.
Yes, yes.
Right. So this is the initial. If I take a 3 by 3 land, right? So this is basically this represents a city, but with an empty land. Every zero represents an empty land, right?
Hmm.
Now I've given the positions, right? And in the positions, I'll erect a building there, right? So let's say 0, comma 0. I have
1.
constructed building, right? I made it one. Now, how many neighborhoods are there? There is only one neighborhood, which is the building itself.
Okay.
So the first output would be 1. Now I have done the same for 0, comma 1. Now again I have added it. Now even the number of buildings are 2, but the neighborhood is still 1, because this is a cluster of, basically a neighborhood is a cluster of buildings like any normal thing, right?
Okay,
So this
so
is
the buildings are connected basically.
correct. So
Okay.
this is still 1. Now let's go to 1, comma 2, which is this,
1, comma 2, got it. Okay.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
here these two are not connected. These two are
But
not neighbors,
horizontally, okay.
because or the horizontally or vertically are the ones that are the constraint that I have. So
Mm-hmm.
now the number of neighborhoods is 2. So that's what basically that's how it goes on. So for every position that I stand a building, I have constructed a building. What would be the number of neighborhoods that would be present at that point in time in that grid?
Okay, okay. So if I take this example again further, so 1, comma 2 is done. So for 1, comma 2, we have two neighborhoods.
Correct.
Then for 2, comma 1, so this is again here. So we have three neighborhoods
Correct.
as this are. Then if we get it 1, comma 1, so uh, 1, comma 1. Okay.
Now it, so basically this is the one comma one.
So isn't is it should be 1 now for as it is a
This one,
single,
right? Yes, it is one.
but I think it's an output it is mentioned as 2.
Oh,
So
my bad. It might be a. Oh, okay, okay. Just ignore that. If you see what I'm writing, right?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, it basically says it's one. Let me correct that. I think it's a typo when I was posting that question.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you see whatever I'm writing, right, it is one, because now it's all connected.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the approach that I can think of, it is looking like what I can say is a this is a dynamic graph kind of thing where we have to find the disconnected component or the number of component exist at any particular list of position.
Correct.
Uh,
So basically, whenever I add a component,
uh,
I need to
I
find
have
the
to
number
just
of
check
connected
if
graphs.
number of connected components. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So uh, if I go on like building it and checking it every time,
Hmm.
mm, each building while insertion. Okay, can I have a couple of minutes more to
Sure,
this?
sure, sure.
Okay, let's see. So the naive approach is that coming to my mind, as I mentioned, like start building the graph and like as I iterate to the list, check for the number of the number of disconnected components basically. But I don't find it optimal because like building that will, I guess the complexity for that will be this. If let's say suppose there are k positions in the list,
Mhm.
so it will be k into m cross n. Like for every position, if I had to check for this number of
Mhm.
disconnected components, so I think it won't be an optimal one.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm thinking about what optimal can I do in this. Uh, so I think there is another method for finding this disconnected component, the disjoint set method, where we can set
Mhm.
parent in this rank. Okay.
How does it help?
It like it keep on building while let's say we have this like along with building this graph,
Mhm.
it also update the rank, so we can get this. So the disjoint this method is basically we have this parent array and this
Mhm.
rank array. So let's say this two elements, if they have the same parent, we just update this uh, okay, let me have 2 minutes for this
Sure, sure.
joint side to be clear along my side. So if you have a parent, initially the element is marked its parents of its own. So one, two, and so then we take a union of this two. If the rank is same, we will mark two as parent of one. So now one is connected to two. Okay, then for three, check for parent. If they are different, take the parent with the higher rank. The disjoint set logic is basically we keep on like let's say suppose we have the initial position 0 comma 0. So
Mhm.
its parent is suppose marked as its own. So
Mhm.
then for the next position, if we check, so initially each of the element is marked its parent as its own. So when
Mhm.
we take union of them, we check for the rank of this element. So if
Mhm.
the rank of if like the rank is similar, then we can make the parent of any element as the other one. If
Mhm.
the rank of first element is greater, so we'll
Okay.
just mark this other element as its parents. So this way we will keep building the components, and like through the process of building, we can get the number of connected or disconnected components we have.
Mhm. Mhm. Got it. So,
Uh,
what
so
would be the complexity of this?
this uh, uh, for I think the parent we will take because this is m cross, and so for each element I think it is for space it will be m cross and this
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
and for time, because the parent this rank it gives in O of 1 itself.
Mhm.
So it is at we iterate through this
Okay,
list.
I mean that's still fine. So you can start writing the code and then we can figure out the uh,
Okay,
complexity as well because yeah, even that is fine. I mean, if you
so
want to write out, yes.
yes, I just so just have a neighborhood mn vectors of positions. Let's have a function that is disjoint set union. Uh, okay. First, I have to make this define this the issue for this. Okay, so let me start with this vector int of parent comma rank. So this will store the parents and the well, let me create a different class for it only. Class DSU that is public. That will have only so the constructor it will take an int n. Then I have to resize this thing parent or resize it for this and in rank not resize it again to n. Then I have to equals to 0 is less than n I plus plus. So the parent of I is the same element and for the constructor then I have to make a function for finding this parent. It will take the element okay if the parent of x if it's not the same element then to what does parent of x we need to we will handle it recursively go find the parent of x and set it to the parent itself. And if it isn't like if it's the same element, just return that parent for find okay. Next will be this union for this. So it will take the two elements that can be named as x comma y. So first we will need is find parents of px, that is parent of x. Go find it x. Then in py find it for y. Then check for this parent if they are equal. Just return false. Uh, they are in the same component basically. Then for not uh, else if now we have to check for this again. Not else if go check for this rank if it's p of x is less than rank of p of y. So what you do it just update this parent of p of x as p of y, and if it otherwise else if the rank of parent of x is greater than the rank or parents of y, then parent of And if that's the case, the else part, that is the ranks are also same, so we can allot the parent any. So let's suppose we allot it as like this. We need to increase the rank of x also. So yeah, I think then if it's like this, then it should return the true.
So where are we increasing the rank whenever we are adding the parent? 39 line is fine, but what
And
about 34 and 36?
this is if so what here 30.
So here,
If rank is already the rank is already greater, then
mm,
we just have to like connect the component now. So it's we will just add it to the bigger component. So we'll just update
mm,
parent here. Just update this parent.
correct.
And if it's a similar rank component,
Mm,
then we are just increasing the rank of any of this parent.
okay, okay.
Then okay, so this increase uh, the okay, let's start list of uh, let's say it is an instance of DSA. So okay, it should be m cross n here. So it's created. Now we will for element we will have this vector of vector a grid again. Uh, of m cross n. Okay, vector comma n comma initialize as 0. So this is the land we have. Then the answer it's in the form of let's have a counter. Uh, okay, and as we need the count or count for storing this as we process over this uh, the list.
Mm,
The okay the neighborhood is basically we can move either vertical horizontal,
correct.
right? So for that also I will mention array for x as will what is 1 - 1 0 and 0. And in y direction we will move as dy. So for 1 we can have 0 comma 0 comma 1 0 1 0 minus 1 0 0 1 0 minus 1. Okay, this is how we okay, okay. So now we will just iterate over this list that we have as positions. Okay, so let's take it one by one as positions. Uh, then so okay, well, so the x coordinate we have is p of 0, and the y we have it as p of 1. So yeah, now what we will do is okay, check if the grid of x and y it's if it's already 1, then if it's already 1, then push the count variable into the answer vector. And if it's 1, then we don't have to process further. Okay, then just take it the next value from this uh, the position list. Uh, Now, if it is not the case, then just mark the this the position in the grid as 1. So now we have the building on the location XY. Uh, okay, so let's check for this. I is equal to 0, I is less than 4, and I plus plus. Uh, so the new coordinate of x we have is x plus the dx of I here. And for y it will be y plus dy of I. So okay, then now we have to check if it's in range or not. If this is greater than it should be ampersand and y it's also greater than equal to 0 ampersand. Uh, so we have taken m for the rows, so the nx should be less than x and y should be less than n. Uh, Actually, I want to ask, I'm
Mhm.
just to be sure, I'm not missing anything as of now. Uh,
See,
uh,
I mean, the union find logic is fine.
uh,
Now you are taking on the positions and checking
uh,
on the counts.
Counts. So I've marked it as one here.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm checking for this the if it's in the range of m and n. And again, one more thing, I think I have to check if it is not already marked as one. Uh, okay, already one. Then I'm for the grid, I'm taking absolute values of this, not what can I say is not a 2D array. If we can go through the, so it start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and goes till m into n minus 1. So
Mm-hmm.
the 1D value of this grid
Okay, okay,
for calculating this, like marking them as parent and calculating the union.
okay.
So I think for here also I have to mark. Let's suppose I have this int ID that is, so the it will be in the form of times the number of columns we have. Sorry, number of, yes, x times n y. Okay, so then we will need a new ID here, int n ID equals to, so it goes like nx times n plus this new y. So the new ID now we have to check for this union
Mm-hmm.
of this if they are in the same component or not. So if DSU dot what's the function name, is union of this ID and this new ID. Okay, if that returns to uh, true, so now it's in the same component. Let's go increase count will get decreased. And if that's around, then it should get pushed back to this count. And yes, okay, it should on this answer. Let me go through it one it again with this. No, this degree, just agree. Hmm. I think I've not increased the count. I forget about this. So when a new building is added, check first increase its count. Check for this directions. Get the new ID. If the union is coming through, so it's part of the same component. We don't have to increase the count again. So just decrease it. Then push the count. Again, I will ask, am I missing something? I have done this disjoint set logic here. I have it basically find parents here, assign the parent, new parent.
So
Then
so let's explain this part, right? Before when we proceed.
which part?
You're seeing the one that I've selected, right?
No, I'm not
Like
getting
cursor. Okay, 77 to 82 line.
77.
Seven.
It was below.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
basically, yeah. Sure.
like I have the new building on location XY.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've taken it from the position list. Then
Okay.
I'm checking for the four direction. It can in four direction if it has a building.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm taking one value from the this direction arrays I have marked. So for 0 comma uh, like I have it 0 comma 0 and 0 comma 1. So for 0 comma 1 I will check for this value 0 comma 0, 0 comma 2,
Okay.
because there is no row lesser than 0, so it won't go there. And for a below row, so 1 comma 1. So for these three places for 0 comma 1, it check if the building exists.
Okay.
Then it will do the union with this. Okay, check if it's a connected component already. So
Mm-hmm.
as for a new building, I have increased the count here. So if it's true, then the count we need to decrease it, because this is already part of the same neighborhood.
Right.
Uh, if it's not there, then the count is increased, and after checking this, I can just add the count to the back to the array. Am I? Can
Got
I
it.
like check if
Sure.
it's? I just want to check if there no this error. Okay, size it. Okay, I have a lot of parents also. Then it's not go find parent and get it. Saying I've returned the parent, the union find parent. If it's already colored and false, then check for the rank of the new 10th grid. The count for this. Uh, okay. I will just for running. Okay.
You can just directly run it. Yeah.
Okay. I have to.
I don't know why it is not showing me anything. Okay, can you share your screen? Because I don't know, the platform is not showing me the output of that
Uh,
video.
I have to. Where? Okay. Got it.
Yeah, there will be a share button.
Got it. Got it. Is it visible?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Can you run it now? Once? I've pasted all the test cases.
Console 99.
So there could be some issues in the run logic that I have shared. So yeah, try to identify that as well.
Like where it uh, does not. Should I include these things? I think it will solve the problem.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Vector. Only vector I've used. Set admin. expected token uh, union 27. Uh, we int unqualified ID expected before, but as find parent then semicolon here is also present and x boolean is
So yeah, one thing would be this.
expected after class definition after class I put it. Is an expected identifier before is union a reserved word?
I yeah, just try to change. That.
Unite, I will do it, and it is used. Uh, search it again. Vector, vector auto positions 63. Mm, we
Just try using for instead.
I will just iterate sample iteration and j equals to 0. Uh, j
No,
is
the thing was correct, but instead of vector, just you can directly do for, even that should work.
no. Oh, I think I've it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
got it.
vector.
I've vector. I've written. Sorry, sorry. Is there anything? Uh, try and check this. Uh, now I think it should
So we have 5 more minutes. So
grid where it is GRID. Think the spelling's wrong. 71. Okay, sorry. GRID grid. I guess right. Check for actual fail one actual one pass expected 1 to 1 for case
just
3.
check the test case. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a debugging task as well. So if the run tests are correct or not, just have a look at
Uh,
that. I have pasted the test case in the below of your code. Yeah. So these are the test cases.
these are the
So
tests.
the
Okay.
third one, right?
Yes, this one.
Yeah.
So for 0001 and 1 1 2 3 4. It's 0 and 0 at the first building. So 0 comma 1 at second 0 comma 2. It should be 1 1 when my code is giving. 2 3.
Mhm.
Expected actual is my code is giving 1 2 3. Mm,
So
let me check it through.
just check this boundary condition.
Hmm, I think I missed it here. Okay, I put it X there. It should. uh, m and reset it again while try running the code. Uh, okay. I've got it. I've mistakenly written X here instead of this
Yeah, I've got that.
part.
That should be fine. Cool. Yeah. Now let's talk about the complexity of this. Now that you have written the code, we have all the logic ready.
Mhm.
Let's reduce the complexity of it.
Complexity. So yes. So space for space the this is uh, okay. So as we are like iterating, the only loop we have here is this iterating over the positions.
Correct.
So let's suppose the number of entries in the positions we have this k, because m and n are here marked.
Mm-hmm.
So what we are doing is taking each entry uh,
Mm-hmm.
from this position.
Mm-hmm.
Then okay, this is nearly negligible. Okay, this is also a constant. Uh, like the number of elements are four, so it's taking constant time. Then
Okay.
we are taking this new coordinates,
Mm-hmm.
checking this condition and going for this union part. So for union, the find x. So this this is also taking nearly constant time, because while marking the parents, if like for finding parents, if it's a same element,
Mm-hmm.
the parent it is returning itself, and even if it's non, so recursively what we are doing is while finding parent, if we find a parent
Mm-hmm.
uh, s- okay, how can I explain this? Like mark the parent that has the highest rank in the tree as the parent of this whole. Uh,
Okay.
are you getting what I'm trying to say?
No, you can you elaborate?
Yes, yes. So let's say I have this while building. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just while building. I have marked this as so two's parents
Mm-hmm.
is one. So
Mm-hmm.
then I got another three to check. So I've
Mm-hmm.
marked. So now instead of marking three's parents two, so what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing is recursively I have directly marked three's parents as one. So the
Mm-hmm.
member of the connected component that has the highest rank, it is marked as their parent. So through this, I am getting this parent in O of one time only, nearly constant time.
Correct.
And so this is the rank is also like there's no much complexity. So
Mm-hmm.
it is something O of k times some constant value. So it is approximately taking O of k time.
Okay, and K being the
Number of entries in this the
positions.
position list, and
Got
for
it.
space
Space.
the
Mm-hmm.
grid is this is m cross n I have taken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then the answer array, so it should have ideally the k entries. uh, so the m cross, and then apart from this mostly are the constant spaces.
Mm-hmm.
uh, So the space complexity is O of this m cross n, m times
Mm-hmm.
n, and plus this answer space k. So yeah, so the I will just write it here somewhere. So the, the time complexity, that is nearly O of k,
Okay.
and the space is complexity is O of n times n plus q. Uh, so yes, I think this will be the complexities for this
Got
code.
it. Got it. Cool. Yeah, that works. So I mean, yeah, this can even be simplified into m cross n because in the worst case, k would be maximum of.
But for the like this
Yeah,
is
got it. I understood. Yeah, I got the list. Cool. I think yeah, we are out of. I mean, we exceeded the time as well. So yeah, it was good. So all the best. Right.
okay.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.